All right, everybody, we are back, and I hope y'all are doing all right. Oh, all the chat from earlier got eliminated because of technical difficulties. I mean, I can still see it on my end because I have it in the chat thing, but it's not up on the VOD. So if I say anything, nobody's gonna have any idea what the hell I'm talking about. Not that you folks tend to, you know. I imagine that I pretty much am just spewing nonsense anyway, but, anywho, yeah. We got all the gear for all the everything at this point. Let's take a look and double check that I've got all the challenges done. I'm pretty sure we're good there, and we just need to go on to the next couple planets. Well, I'll say this, that there is the one thing I can say for sure, and hopefully this is reasonably clear, about a way in which discussing politics on the internet really sucks an egg. And yes, just it always does in general. But yesterday there was a trending thing on the really bad social media website about, like, boycott big games and, oh, Bethesda sucks.
Ratchet, you have now
and it's a bunch of right-wing nuts who are upset about pronouns in Starfield. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, you guys are so close to being... Because, yeah, there are trans-related issues that you should be upset with Bethesda, namely their treatment of a trans employee and basically amounted to withholding healthcare from them. I believe the proper pronoun there is him. This is a I forgot. No, pardon me. It's a trans woman. I'm just dumb and forgetful and don't remember the full details of the story. But yeah, Bethesda did some really terrible shit and fucked this person over from getting some very much needed, gender-related healthcare. Yeah, thanks a lot there, Stream Element Spot. You are doing tremendously today. So, yeah, it's kind of rough because I'm just sitting here like, oh, is somebody actually kind of having a bit of a smart brain moment? And no, it's just the densest substances known to man. These, I really can only think of these folks as just being like fetuses scaled up to adult human size. Some of them fucking look it too, by the way, but I digress. Just getting so mad because, oh no, gender exists in space. Buddy, it's fucking space. There are so many, like, possible responses I could have, and buddy, it's fucking space is probably the least of them. But also, I'm just so at a loss for words right now about the frustration is sounding like that. Is just, what do you say anymore? Because every time you want to say something, someone else is saying it, but for, you know, Satan reasons, basically. I'm not even going to be polite about it. I'm just going to be incredibly rude. Oh, hey, that thing has an experience mod. That's pretty cool. Somebody's outside mowing their lawn. I hope you can't hear that because it is fairly noisy.
You can unequip an alpha mod at any time and place it back into the alpha mod pool.
We're going to take that out of this because I don't really need it. It is extremely easy to just have a little bit of respect for people. And, you know, if I come in here and I'm like, oh, it upsets me, you know, somebody will talk shit, but, like, it really is just, it's kind of, it hurts in a certain way that has nothing to do with personal identity. Okay, you can't hear it, that's good. because we are actually in such a position out here, weather-wise, that I can quite fairly have my window open and have the AC off, which, you know, that's always nice for the electric bill, right? It's in the 70s over here in Fahrenheit. Or if I wanted to be a real snob about it, I could say that they're Fahrenheits. You know, pronounce it with the German pronunciation, because I believe Fahrenheit was actually developed by a guy whose name was Fahrenheit, who was a German, you know. And then just Celsius got adopted because, quite frankly, there is something significantly more sensible about it. And, you know, 0 to 100 makes sense. It's... all of them have their uses. You know, I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, I don't understand Fahrenheit. No, Fahrenheit is actually... like, there are some problems with it, but for the large part, it is quite feasible to understand that Fahrenheit, you know, melting to freezing is 180 degrees. It's you turn around from... and the reason why it's 32, by the way, is because when he was setting this up, he was using some very salty brine instead of pure water. So he had originally had, you know, the freezing point at 0 degrees, but it was because of all the salt. So 32 is a correction, and yeah. Anyway. Smash Remix. Smash Remix is the Smash 64 hack, right? It includes a bunch of material from newer games. I believe I've played a little bit of that. It's got Wolf as a playable character, I think. I seem to recall that being a thing. Way back when the pandemic was in a bit of a lull, I went over to a friend of mine, Brando, who now is living... I believe he lives in Chicago now, but he used to live over in this little shit town that we live in. And he was running a Smash Brothers event, you know, a little casual thing for him and his group of people who used to hang out at the place that he worked at pre-pandemic called Game Warden. And yeah, he had Smash Remix on a laptop, and I played it a little bit. Obviously, considering it was a first play, I had like no grasp whatsoever of how to not suck. And I'm not good at Smash to begin with, so yes. Yes, I said it. I said Brando is what he goes by. He currently works at a store in Chicago called Retro Dimension, which I would be stumping for more if I, you know, had money to buy retro games, because then it's like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm a customer, and I can say that I'm a customer. Otherwise, it's just like, hey, yeah, I spend money at my friend's place he works at. His first name, Dio. No. Brando is derived from the fact that his first name is Brandon. His last name isn't Brando. He's not Brandon Brando. That would be really unfortunate. Although goodness knows that if he was, we would never let him live it down, because that's the kind of friendship that nerds tend to have. It's just like that little bit of vitriol, but friendly. Anywho, yeah, I completely missed out on replying to Retro. I'm sorry, I got sucked into a whole thing. I can imagine that you'd be really tired, especially if you just got your internet back yesterday. That's just like, hey, yeah, your entire...
Ratchet, is this a bad time? I can't find my Captain Quark Tearless shampoo and conditioner, and I believe you were the last one to use it. Please reserve this line for important
Buddy,
communication.
you're in a space jail. Do you think they're gonna let you have your right? Oh, it was the day before. Okay, gotcha. Well, either way, good thing you got that back up and running. Because hey, we live in a day and age where living without the internet is kind of a pain in the ass. Like, not to be like a reverse boomer or anything, I guess. You know, not like, oh, I really can't live without my internet. No, it's just so much of life is online, and it's how we communicate with people, and it's how we get information, and it's how we, you know, purchase products. It's, for some of us, it's how we do groceries and shit. That being stuck with no internet, if you're someone who regularly uses the internet to begin with, not a great time. Reverse boomerang Kawanger. You know, I earlier last month, I think, was it last month or the month before? Whatever. It was sometime this season.
I'm seeing pieces get shot off this thing that we kind of need.
There were a couple days when we had no internet service here. And by that, I mean a stretch of like one day. And we couldn't really get good information on what the problem was. You know, either from the ISP or obviously elsewhere. And it was kind of like, you know, I didn't know what to do for a bit, right? What am I supposed to do if I can't look on eBay to see that nobody has that Microsoft card that Lears keeps bringing up for sale? Right? The one that I can't remember the name of offhand. I should go and, like, corner him at some point and be like, hey, can you recite the name of that capture card, so that way I can have like a perpetual eBay search to just like auto check for it. Also, yeah, this mission is kind of, in case you haven't been able to tell, this mission is kind of butt because of the amount of endurance you have to do. And the hover ship just does not really have the dodging prowess for you to necessarily always be able to do this unless you're keeping your distance. And if you do that, you sacrifice hella accuracy. Sorry for saying hella. That might have been a little bit cringy of me. Sorry for saying cringy. That might have been even worse.
Too dangerous to be set free. He must be destroyed.
Wow, the little guy pulled it off again. And here I thought we were looking at a half day, Juanita.
Go on. Also, somehow that challenge counts for the... Is that the no healing one? I'm gonna have to take a look at that
but first, he'll need to activate power stations at the north and south
and see if that counts as, if that's no healing or no life lost. Because if it's no life lost, that's kind of cheesy. But oh, it's no health crates. Well, so if we'd had access to a healing thing, we would have been okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's buy the brainwash mod just for completion. I'm not going to use it because it's not the greatest. Like, it sounds really cool, and then you use it. And it's like, oh, this actually is kind of booty, and the brainwash targets are really fragile because we had to put them on death's door to begin with. And yes, I did just use the phrase booty as a general purpose descriptor of quality. I'm not sure if that's really a good, you know. I'm not sure what it actually means, but here we are, at least in that regard.
Run, Ratchet, run!
Yeah, you've been saying that Unbound has had a difficulty curve that at least offers a challenge. And is... like, it definitely at least doesn't sound like it's Kaizo levels or anything.
Put that furry sucker out of his misery.
It doesn't sound like, you know, it doesn't sound like a Pokemon Reborn sort of situation. I think, yeah, Pokemon Reborn was the name of one of them, which is one of those games that's super hard.
South Power Station is up and running.
So, you know, good on them for that one. Because, again, I'm pretty sure I already said my thing about the fact that fan Pokemon projects difficulty tend to be a little bit mixed. Oh yeah, that will definitely cause some problems. Okay, if we got everybody who go for those turrets, I think we're safe in that regard. Because the turrets are kind of the nastiest thing here. You know, when the enemy uses them. When you use them, it's like, does anybody like turret sections in games?
There are the two security.
Ooh. It's a fairly potent sniper bullet. I shouldn't be surprised, but still. Mamoswine is, like, pretty disgustingly strong. Always, so that's kind of understandable on some level, too. Plus, it's ice ground, so it's getting stabbed on two of the best attack types in the entire series. Yeah, I think Mamoswine is decently fast, which is kind of weird because Piloswine is not. But admittedly, a lot of second-gen Pokemon are not, like, super good.
South Power Station is up and running.
Strangely enough. Like, again, they did better typings, I'd say, in that game than in the other game that we know about, but also a lot of them are just kinda eh. Pokemon stats got a lot more, like, min-maxed, I'd say, in later games. And now it's at a point where you got, like, even the most unassuming stuff in some of the new games is just remarkably disgusting. Like, for example, over in the competitive scene, Espathra got banned to Ubers because it has something like a base speed of 109, speed boost, and stored power. And it's just some random bird that you find like everywhere, and it's a stage 2. It's not even a stage 3, so
There are the 2 security orbs.
its max,
At them,
its
you will have the
stat
1
total
power
is not
station.
gigantic. It's kind of wild that they were just like, yeah, we're gonna do this. Imagine being the person who's like, hey, yeah, speed boost sword power. That sounds hilarious. Oh, crud. I thought I was safe there.
Hey, boss.
Yeah, pure electric with levitate, which, yeah, Gen 5 introduced Electros, which is that. That is still pretty gross.
Ratchet, you are currently in the South Power Station. You must locate 4 power orbs. Hack the orbs to power up
Those
the
shots
station.
have such big blast radius, by the way. It's easy to underestimate them, because I feel like they hit a little bit bigger than they actually are, but, yeah. Yeah, see, that's a team with a fairly decent set of speed to it, at least a couple of them. I mean, you've got Lucario, you've got Garchomp, you've got Houndoom. Those are all good, fast. Garchomp is like base 100 or some shit, I think. And Lucario and Houndoom are the fast glass cannon dudes.
2 down, 2 to go, sir.
I think Nidoking's a little bit slower, and Trevenant, well, Trevenant is a tree.
Ooh, wait. The South Power Station is up and running.
Excuse me. I'd have to take a look at what kind of actual base stats Mamoswine is rocking again to be sure, but that does sound surprisingly possible, so, but it is still really nasty.
Oh, this guy should have his own fitness machine, his own shoes, his own fat-burning barbecue.
Yeah, Electros has, if I recall correctly, like, it has a fairly wide move pool, but it also
I need to blow something.
has a lot of them are kind of like lower power, or it's physical stats, and it's kind of slow and doesn't get cursed, so it can't lean into that. But yeah, Electros is not really playable in most tiers, just because it's like, oh hey, it's got this great idea. This is fucking bait, actually. Like, I forget how good. I don't know how good the new form of Zoroark is.
You must locate 4 power orbs. Hack the orbs to power up the station.
Because, you know, the new Zoroark, the PLA Zoroark is normal Ghost. It's kind of one of the most ridiculous defensive types out there. Well, yeah, but I mean, that's still kind of like a viable role. It still has good speed. If it has a decent move pool, which I think it might do, it probably is viable at some of the upper tiers. Its main weakness is Dark, though, which does kind of suck for it because Dark attacks are quite common. Just because they are very good at breaking through certain things. Dark type is a good defensive type, so you're going to have stab on everything. So it's not without its weaknesses, but it's still a quite good Pokemon. At least it seems like. Yeah, go to sleep, buddy. Those guys out. Ah, here come the snipers. I think we have enough HP to resist one sniper bullet. But that is not really a status that I want to get into of like, oh hey, yeah, I can tank one sniper shot.
There are the 2 security orbs. Hack them, and you will have the North Power Station up and running.
Yeah, we have exactly enough. Had exactly enough, rather. What's in it? Right down there. All right. Ooh, that's rough. Or shield up so we have something to snipe from behind, basically. Game's just like, hey, you want to run out of all your good ranged weaponry? And the answer is not really, but you do what you have to in the environment, I guess.
This is what they mean by gratuitous violence.
Oh, for
Juanita.
crying out loud, we were right there. I tried to jump the shot and I hit the button too late. I should have gone back for ammunition.
When this is all over, I'd like you to do it.
Could have avoided this all if I just played a little bit smarter. Instead of being like, no, it's not necessary. As it turns out, it actually was this time.
Ratchet, you are currently in the South Power Station. You must locate 4 power orbs. Hack the orbs to power up the station.
If all they're gonna give me is the ground swarmers, that's nice and easy.
Oh, come on! Will somebody just kill this little runt already?
Stay off the turrets, guys. Not having that anymore.
security orbs. Hack them, and you will have the North Power Station up and running.
Just the sniper on that side. It's open, but this time I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go get a full set of ammunition and then a little bit of health. We'll probably be fine considering what kind of position we're in, but just to be sure.
Ratchet, run!
Alright, here we are. We got some robots. We've seen them before. It's basically the same robots. Not literally, but more or less. And 2 dropships. Okay. We've done it, and for some reason it requires us to step on that platform for the mission manual. Okay. Oh, it's... Yeah, it's... Technically, Lears, it is a video game.
To fight their way to the second reflector and reactivate the gamma energy beam.
Can you do me a favor, by the way, and drop the name or product number or whatever of that MyComSoft capture card into my Discord messages, so that way I can remember to set up a continuous eBay search for it later or something. Something along those lines. So that way I can see if they ever come back into existence, you know? Because hell if I remember, right? Thanks, buddy. And now for me to forget, so that way I can just be like, why did you... When I look at Discord later... I'm not doing it on purpose. Oh, I could have sworn that sniper was behind me from the way that beam seemed like it was being drawn. That would have been a bit of an issue. Oh, I thought I still had those out. Oops. A little bit of lava trap to help us out here. Thanks to our rocket launcher having, you know, absolutely bought all for ammunition. Remember in Ratchet and Clank 1 when the Devastator had a base of 20?
It's so bright. It's like a light bulb, but so much brighter. I'm not good with words.
You don't say, buddy. Oh, hey, look, swing shot chains do still exist. Wow.
Ratchet's got this match on ice, ladies and gentlemen. The juice is cold, and the generic brand X gelatin is definitely jiggling.
Nobody has any idea what the fuck you're talking about, Dallas. More like phallus, am I right? Oh. You get it? Because he's kind of a sex pest. Like, that might be a bit of an overreach, but he's definitely, you know, getting a little bit too nudge-nudge at his co-host. This man would so be canceled in modern day. Hey, we managed to turn that ship into paste using just those. That was fun. I forgot what those are. They're called the dual pipers. But I just forget things sometimes. Like, my memory kind of doesn't exist. It's all gone. Because my brain don't work. Ooh! That hurt. Like, I was not expecting to go down to 1. Hooray, we leveled this thing up, which is not very good, but okay. Getting all our weapons to max level eventually is still something that seems like a good idea, because there's parts of the game where they make you use them anyway. Though they suck. Hey, jackpot crate. Not worth a whole lot, but hey. Still. Oh yeah, we absolutely don't have enough health to take a hit from anything here, so... I don't know, maybe if the game feels like being a little bit lenient, there's a health crate inside of the garage here.
Ratchet, turn the bolt to direct the gamma energy beam.
Can do, Chief. And that should be all that we gotta do for this, right? Is just...
People, I am beside myself, and boy do I look good. And so does Ratchet. We just might have a competitor.
I think there's more to this location, but... Oh no, that's campaign complete. Nice. And we got the gravity boots. Alright, so this one is a fly through the rings, but we're using
Time for another
the hover boots, the hover ship.
Each checkpoint he passes earns him a few extra seconds.
And you can tell they really do not give us time to goof around, which is great because I need to aim here and there. Is they do give you the shadow of the next ring, but these controls are a little bit slick. It's not like the hover bike, thank God, but it is still not exactly the easiest. And of course, unlike the hover bike, we're controlling this entirely in 3 space as opposed to the hover bike, which technically is 3-dimensional, yes, but you know, we're not really concerned about moving up and down. Whereas in this we are. And to me, L2 down, R2 up is not always the most thing that sticks in my brain. It's not always the most coherent? No, that's not the word. Intuitive, there we go. I was inside of that game, come on. I guess it's a flat hitbox or something, or reasonably flat. Certainly not spherical. That's a problem, which, you know, again, it's a spinning ring. It covers a spherical area. A spherical volume, perhaps. Okay. Your land is my land. That land is also mine. Etc. We've got capturing to do.
Ratchet
We
must
gotta get some
capture each
control
node
points.
in sequence before progressing to the next node. If he gets lost.
You know, I'm gonna try using the B6 a little bit here. We're gonna take that out, put that thing in there, and tab over the B6. What do we... don't really need that many impact mods on that, I don't think.
He can ask any of the helpful psychopathic robot killers positioned around the belt for directions.
I'm starting to think that the mini bombs might be better because it should cover a wider area. That is going to be a thing that we want. It is just AoE. If our raw damage is such complete and utter dog, you know. One of my dogs does this weird thing where she'll just like scoop a bunch of food out of the bowl and put it on the ground, like scattered around a little bit, and slowly eat the bits from there. It's an incredibly odd behavior. Meanwhile, the main weird thing that the other dog does is bark at the TV. But that's not that weird at all, probably. So. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Diablo in the pale moonlight? I have, and it's fantastic!
It's over there. Oh, it's a big dude. I'm not such a fan of that. Get out of here.
And that Lombax is terminating with extreme prejudice. It's a good thing we're out of range, Juanita. We are out of range, aren't we?
Yeah. Are there any more health crits in this level?
On to go, boss.
Really hope so. All right, we are done with the Valix belt already, so we can go on to planet Torval. Not to be confused with the guy who developed Linux. That's Torvald. Torvalds, possibly. Singular, plural.
Subject 135. Choose one of the following items. A Courtney Gears musical lunchbox, a talking secret agent Clank bobblehead, or this super cool Ace Hardlight action figure with Kung Fu grip.
Wow. Ouch! Hey, what's a big idea?
Subject 136. Choose one.
Oh, Courtney Gears! Ouch! Hey!
That is a pretty underwhelming action feature.
137.
Although that does seem like something from the 80s, right?
Figure or the is a tool. Who's actually thinking would you rather?
The robot being confused by the phrase "a tool."
Maybe that Lombax guy who smoked Reactor. He was like, Ow! Mom!
Subject 138.
I think this guy just wants to torture kids.
Welcome back to Red Zone fans. Today we're live from Planet Torval. Team Darkstar has dominated the Dread Zone circuit so far, but I think their luck will stop here. They've just been sent to one of Torval's massive Ace Heartlight toy manufacturing plants. And although the plant was shut down due to shoddy sales, one of Ace's ships still remains. Team Darkstar will have to find that ship and escape with it before Dread Zone's most elite forces hunt them down.
That is an ugly statue.
That's one ugly dude.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, eh?
Ratchet, my nav grid shows a hover bike up ahead, but you will have to deactivate a force field to gain access to it.
7, 8, 9. 9 hits with the flail to bust up that turret. Granted, it's only version 4, but that's still not a feel-great move, you know. Not exactly the feel-good movie of the summer, you know? It is technically still summer until a little later in the month, so I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to discuss the concept, rather. I don't know. Anyway. It looks like we're going to be crushing a bunch of these turrets in order to gain access to the hacking orbs. Is that where we can get a hover bike, and then we have to use it for a required mission, and that makes me cry a little bit. It makes me cry and cringe at the same time. It makes me cringe. Newest dance sensation. I forgot that those guys are, like, really hard to avoid if you get into their range. Like, you're usually going to take damage from them.
That's one ugly dude. Hey, boss. Do you read Chaucer? Good job. Let's keep it up.
Oh yeah. Nice. Gladly accept a flail upgrade.
Run, Ratchet, run!
One more to go, sir.
Yeah, but we also got zombies over here. Let's see if we can get some experience on our obliterator. Sadly I didn't have enough time to kill the laser back.
Uh-oh, force fields! A group of flying drones power the shields by staying in perpetual motion and transferring their kinetic energy. Ha! Even though I just read that off a cue card and don't have any idea what it means, I do know that Team Darkstar will have to destroy the drones to disable the force fields. And actually, I read that part too. What are you gonna do, sue me?
Ratchet, shoot down the swarm of flying drones in order to deactivate the force fields.
Ooh, yeah, this sounds like such fun, you guys. I'm gonna try going backwards, yeah, because they're behind me to start with, huh? I don't really know the routes around here. What I do know is that I bounce around like absolute hell. Oh shit, I didn't even see the message that's what Lears was saying is like upscale textures and stuff like that. I'm genuinely curious if anybody has done like upscale textures for this particular game. By the way, hi Plastic Allen, I hope you are having yourself... I just said it into a slight southern bit there. I hope you're having yourself a nice day. That might have been offensive, because... You were born in Texas and you currently live in Oklahoma. As I'm just out here doxing everybody, it's okay. I think I said where I live earlier today too, so you know what? Now we all know, so that way when eventually Elon Musk takes over the world and makes us all participate in a Battle Royale type game, then we'll be able to find each other easily and we'll be able to get the fuck out as soon as possible. You know, but by putting each other down in a humane way so that way we don't have to deal with some sadist who just slowly applies belt sanders to our you know, any part of us that's sensitive and would take a very large amount of time to cut through. Well, at least you're taking it in stride, which is probably... And by probably, I don't know what I'm going to say, probably what. It's definitely for the better, but yeah. Hey, that skill point is completely free because we can't take damage here.
Team Darkstar has now arrived at the location of the getaway ship. But hey ho, there's nothing there. The ship is hidden. It could take days, even weeks of painstaking searching just to find it.
Ratchet, if you activate the vector transmitter nodes in that area, I can triangulate the beacons to locate the ship.
That's okay. Any part of this game feels like it's days or weeks long and is agonizing. That's not entirely true, but this game, I've said before, it definitely feels a little bit knocked down compared to the rest of the everything else in the series because, you know, no platforming.
Interesting fact, folks. Dread Zone started out with two guys fighting over a breakfast burrito, and the rest is history.
Pick up them explosives. Because, hey, if you don't like explosives, you're probably watching the wrong game. Or having the wrong game on in the background. I gotta say that if you're... I can't imagine if someone is trying to, like, study to this. Because I'm already a very naturally loud and kind of projective person. I probably scream even harder than I should. I wonder if I love my over-the-ear headphones, or around-the-ear kind of ones, but I wonder if that just makes it worse because I can't tell how loud I'm being because everything sounds muffled comparatively. Oh, hi, laser turrets. That, and again, there's also the fact that this game is just Explosions, the video game. Explosions by Michael Bay. Etc. Are they still making Transformers movies, by the way? Now that I think about it, live action ones, because you know the animated series have had various lives and afterlives that have been quite interesting. So I assume there's still occasionally at least a couple of animated Transformers movies that happen, but in this case, I'm referring specifically to the kind that are live action. And obviously use some CGI for the robots. Come on, that's not all practical effects. Let's not be completely silly. And yeah, there's a turret over there. These triangulation nodes are going to be well defended, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to have to approach them, I'd say with care, but that's a bit of a stretch for anything that we do in these games. We've just got to pull things off one at a time. Not like that. Oh. That guy is in a position that really sucks for us, because... yeah, we've got to go around a lot of corner to get at that particular... oh, man. That damage. I think that was over 20. That's gross. That's extremely gross. What, not just yourself? That won't do for you no more?
Remember, don't try any of this at home. Go to a friend's house.
I don't have those. Besides, something I don't want to go outside when there's still a plague. Even if it is a friend.
Team Darkstar simply won't give up.
There is... my question is the turret on top of that... yeah, it looks like all we're able to do here is just sort of clear out the groundlings, which is still good. Because we don't want to have to deal with multiple layers being dangerous, you know? I don't want to have to go like, man, I got to lean all the way over the edge of this platform in order to see this enemy to stop it trying to shoot me in the bunghole. I think I can get on and off of this, right? Yeah, and then triangle to get off. Alright. That actually kind of helps. Because again, that just lets us get around faster. The sniper bullets are up to 12 damage now. That's rude. Rude dudes with attitudes. They put me in a mood, alright. Alright. Shield up, because, yeah, I was going to say, those things are going to pop out as soon as we start trying it. Oh, good shield link, buddy. Where's our... Oh, do I have to... Oh, boy. My bots are broken. Rut row. On several levels, rut row. Hey, anything going on in here? Ooh, jackpot crate. Give me some of that free money. It's only like $4 grand, but you know what? It is completely free. So, like, what's to complain about? Actually, all considered, I can complain, because that's still pretty underwhelming. That's... We earn money hand over fist in this game, and granted, not hand over fist enough considering the price of the final weapon, which I believe is called the Harbinger, which we will gain access to a little bit later on, is something like 2 million, and it's 1,000 per shot, if I recall correctly. We're only at 260k. That's not exactly... Oh, God. Maybe the game is like, oh, yeah, I heard you complaining, so we're going to have a turret who it is. Get your ass out of that. You get your other ass out of that. That's right, your other ass. I don't know what that exactly means, but again... I paid for it, that's for sure. Hey! One thing money can't buy, healing. Health stolen out right from under me. I don't know what that was for, but thanks anyway, game. I'll take the free money. Hey, sweet. Leveled up the dual Vipers to level 8. You know, they still seem to be pulling their weight the whole game, which is pretty good. Because...
Oh man, these guys are hot. Did you feel that, Juanita?
Yeah. Usually your starting weapon would be completely outmoded by this point. But no, they had the decency to make this one good. Ah, my bot's down. Heck. Fixed it. But also, like, just the enemy got got the bot with one parting blow, and it's just, that's extremely unfortunate for all involved. All involved mostly being me. That was stupid.
Let me at him. Let me at him. I'll tear him apart.
Don't forget to order the Dread Zone home game. This guy is gonna sell a lot of commercial time, Juanita. Let's just pray we don't have any more wardrobe malfunctions.
Yeah, I'm switching to the antimatter rifle, even though I don't like using my level 10 weapons until I max everything else out. Because, yeah, I need the one shot on those. Otherwise, the turret boys are going to be a bit of a problem. Okay, well, at least we only have one more to deal with. So, we're doing alright for ourselves, all considered, even though we keep dying. The fact that the game saves your progress like this does make things so much easier on you. It's always fun when a game is just like, hey, the strategy is now just die until it works. You see, I knew the killbots had a predetermined kill limit, so I sent wave after wave of my own men at them.
Oh, this is more fun than a busload of cheerleaders.
Don't fall off the bridge from questionable controls. Fuck, never mind. I fell off the bridge from questionable controls.
Hey, boss. Do you reach on some?
I'm doing that thing I said not to do. Oh no. That's pretty much just how playing video games goes with me. It's just, oh no, I did the thing I told myself I should stop doing. Wow, I can't auto-suggest myself into not sucking. Help. Help me. Help me. As I just turn into that guy from that movie. What was his name? George McFly? No, sorry. It was Brundle something, right? In The Fly.
You know, Well, sometimes I think I should have taken that job on
The actor was Jeff
Annihilation
Goldblum,
Nation.
of
They've
course.
got a great dental plan.
Scary. Yeesh. Wow, I think these enemies really want me dead, guys.
I think explosions are pretty.
Is that, damn people.
Ratchet, be careful.
Okay.
Those Dread Zone shock orbs are lethal. Use an EMP to deactivate them.
Gotcha. It's one of them things. Thank you. That out right as you said something. Unfortunately, significantly more lethal are those dudes.
If you're having a hard time or need a better workout, you can adjust the game's difficulty level whenever you load your game.
I know I can do that game. It's just, listen. If I had gone and just ground through all 3 instances of every single one of the challenges until they stopped giving you any rank point rewards, I would be significantly beefier right now. Or at least somewhat beefier, you know, depending on what kind of EXP yields I'd get. But I don't want to torture you folks. At least not with this. If it's a game that I actually like and nobody, you know,
In the special sauce?
I'll asterisk that by saying, you know, a game that I like a lot. This is playable. I've been making fun of it a lot, but it's
I've seen war. Yeah, I remember the BlatherCon
it's
war.
better than I've been saying. But it's also kind of funny to me to just be like, hey, yeah, this is absolutely terrible.
There were spiders, smoke, robot parts everywhere. Oh man, some of these kids were just 3 days out of the production factory.
Hey, relax,
Sorry.
buddy.
Let's just keep going. Yeah, we lost a lot of good robots that day. Building 282, McGurnus B1000, Shank Cluster 2 squared. They were my friends. But enough about that. I was pretty torn up.
Yay,
But
skill
I demanded
point.
they put me back on the front lines. My CEO laughed. He said, "You've got no freaking legs." He was right. I was just a memory core sitting on a table hooked up to a voice modulator.
Oh boy, isn't it funny because war is incredibly fucked up and a lot of horrifying things happen in it and is genuinely disturbing to a lot of people who participate in it.
She had the prettiest ocular sensors I've ever seen. That's all history now.
This is something I can say about a lot of things, by the way. It's not like I'm picking on this game
So QA 900 and I
for
would
this
sneak
sequence.
outside at night and download and upload until the sun came up. One day she was gone.
Oh, could I have gone back around the thing
They
here?
found out about our affair and turned her into a park bench. To this day, I can't even look at outdoor seating without simulating the view.
Oh, this guy should have his own fitness machine, his own shoes, his own fat-burning barbecue.
Not out of ammo for that, am I? Yeah, I got 7 left. Just, I don't know why that glitches, but it does. And yet.
That wasn't so bad.
that was rough.
So that's where the ship was, under the statue. Well, I just lost 50 bolts. Unfortunately for Ace's ego, Team Darkstar will have to blow up the statue to access the hangar underneath.
Ratchet, you will have to command your bots to set the explosives on the statue.
Aw, hell yeah. Love blowing stuff up. In particular, I love blowing up this dude's terrible statue. Guys?
If Ratchet was a tough cookie, what kind of cookie would
Regroup.
he be? I'm gonna go with Snickerdoodle.
Stupid assholes. Shouldn't have to do that first. Come on, game.
Man, look at him go. You
Oh,
know,
does it
we're
have,
looking
like,
at
a
this one,
design
that's
on
really
it?
Put the smack down.
Because, yeah, most of the mirror shields, I think, do have something going on there. It's not just like, oh, here's a panel of glass. You know, we might have a layer of silver behind it. Usually silver. I don't know, maybe times were hard in Hyrule at the time that the mirror shield was made. Maybe it's silvered with tin. Anyway.
This is what they mean by gratuitous violence, Juanita. I'm gonna call my kids and tell them to stop watching just as soon as I have kids.
Alright, so this is just hold out for a short period, right? I don't gotta get far enough away or some stupid... Oh, what the... What in the... hell just happened there? Like, the turret shot just went completely through the chunk there. That's... I am immensely bothered by that. I mean, also the fact that it's doing significantly more damage to the to me than the first hit. That's kind of terrible. Also, oh yeah, Sonic 06 loading times. That would make this just the peak, right? Oh my god, I took 2 hits immediately back to back. What the... Bring back the iframes, game. Series.
Boss, when this is all over, I'd like to do it again. And again.
I mean, can you imagine Sonic 06 loading times and Sonic 06 difficulty, but without the Sonic 06 part that made Sonic 06 so Sonic 06? Like, imagine if they were like, hey, we're gonna fix Sonic 06, and all they've changed about the game is they took Blaze out.
They say war is hell, Juanita, but where does that leave Dreadzone, huh?
Like, I don't know if I'd be able to be angrier at Sega, and that would just be like a very simple thing to... A simple and weird thing to do and screw up. There would be like no reason to be angry about that, but I would absolutely just be like apocalyptic rage at that point. Yeah, I would walk over to Sega headquarters to go pick a fight with the CEO if they did that. And I would enter, like, full Solomon Grundy mode, too, so, like, I wouldn't have, like, real superpowers, but I just would be unable to be stopped for a long enough period of time that eventually that person who would not really be responsible for it would get what was coming to them.
Not
What
bad.
the fuck,
Ace
man?
Hardlight would have
Those
done
shots do like
better.
40 HP. 40 HPs of damage. What the what in the fuck is that shit? I don't even have like a good response. Just what the hell is that shit? You know. Hold it, etc.
Hey, boss.
Not enough to get your joke, buddy. Ow! Damn turret right. There we go.
Run, Ratchet,
It's really
run!
amazing that this really is just like, hey, what if we stuff way too much stuff into too small of a space? Like, if there was room for me to more effectively peel these threats, I think that a large part of it, and this arena isn't even that small, all considered. It just still, despite being reasonably large, it's still somehow tiny. I don't know how that works, but also it's kind of the truth. Really weird. I have lost my ability to properly describe how frustrating this is. Except that it certainly is. However, I feel pretty confident this time,
This creature is clearly much too
you know,
dangerous to be
provided
set
that the
free.
turret
He
doesn't,
must
like,
be destroyed.
respawn or something. Okay, we've got a couple of gunships. That's moderately concerning. But I got rockets. I can deal with them. Ow.
This is absolutely unbelievable, folks. Ratchet has defeated the Torval battle course and escaped from the planet's surface aboard a space shuttle hidden inside the Ace Hardlight Memorial. Only on Dread Zone, folks. You can't make this stuff up.
Very interesting that they're like, hey, yeah, blow up this statue of our big champion. The guy that they're still trying to push on everything on a, you know, like John Cena in the WWE. Except at least John Cena's a good dude, you know? I don't really know of anything off the top of my head that I could, like, complain
Ratchet,
about
you
John
have now
Cena about
qualified for the Vindicator
on
tournament.
that
You know,
great of a level.
Captain Starshield holds the all-time scoring record for this tournament.
I mean, okay, sure. This, the level of stumping for the military, but otherwise, John Cena genuinely seems like a good dude most of the time. And anything to do with the military, it does ultimately come back to nobody is immune to propaganda, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know what? That's kind of true. John Cena, at least, still, you know, back when... I don't think John Cena is, like, that big of a guy in the WWE anymore. I don't know much about wrestling. Like, I know they axed CM Punk recently, and that's all I know. I don't know if Roman Reigns is the big dude anymore, because Roman Reigns was kind of the guy they were pushing a little too much for a while. But yeah, John Cena did have genuine popularity back when they were, you know, all over John Cena like a rash. What's hitting me though? Oh, there we go. Executor over there. Turret Boy, get him out of here. Got a bunch of the weird mushroom things. These round numbers are so fake, by the way, because we've been sitting on round 3 out of 4 for like over half of this runtime. There's something kind of humorous about that. Now what am I being shot by? He's less popular than movie Shao Kahn. There we go. Ian, how are you going to get anybody to like you when you kill movie-verse Johnny Cage as soon as at the beginning of that movie? Jeez. All right. We have beaten all those planets, so now we can go on to the Vindicator tournament. And there can probably be some robot upgrades that we can't afford all of.
Last week, we saw the spectacular deaths of leading contestants Agent Bizarro, Plasma Woman, and Orange Comet. Now, the low
Set of mashup of Orange Star and Yellow Comet
has surged to the top of the Dread Zone rankings.
Frankly, I can't believe the little furball made it this far, Juanita. He is a scrappy sucker, huh, isn't he?
He certainly is, Dallas. He's also a threat to children, endangered species, and common decency.
Well, okay, common
kids
decency
and
probably.
Dolphins and whatnot will be able to breathe a little easier once
Dinosaurs and little children. That joke is only for Brysolf, but I don't think he's here anymore, so never mind.
Has survived even 60 seconds against his razor-sharp titanium blades.
I'll bet he doesn't have any trouble getting a close shave, Juanita. You get it?
Shut up, Dallas. You're not that funny.
Wow, Mega Evolution of Scyther, huh? Damn, this Pokemon ROM hack is getting interesting. I mean, I'm not sure I understand any of the other angle they got going on, but that's kind of cool.
Well, since you asked, I have 16 terabits of tri-directional asynchronous bandwidth on my core CPU.
Ooh, that is a lot of throughput.
Oh, well,
Hey, Clank.
I will call you right back.
Who was that?
Oh, nobody, really.
Was that the tech droid you were talking about? Hey, did you get those blueprints?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you the man.
But I have learned that many other heroes are imprisoned at this facility. We must help them, Ratchet.
Well, sure, but how?
I have noticed that the security monitors tend to go inactive when there is a big arena matchup.
So if I fight one of the exterminators in the arena, it'll buy you some time, huh?
It is dangerous, but it is the only way.
No sweat. Those guys are toast.
Gotcha, so you want us to pad out the fights a little bit so that way you can get all
Attention,
this stuff
heroes.
going.
We are detecting high levels of radiation in the containment area. If you reside next to or near Uranium Man, you will die shortly.
Uranium Man.
Contestant, have you hacked into my database, or are your rankings actually competitive?
Hey, we already outranked the guy we gotta go fight, so we gotta be doing something right, you know? What you got, buddy? 100 grand, 75 grand, and that's all it costs? For real? All right. You know, I can't be mad about
When I was
that.
young, my father...
Oh, they renamed that planet several years ago to kill that joke once and for all. Nowadays, it's called Eurectum. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, shit. There it is, folks. The Harbinger. I so don't have enough money for that. But we can get that wrench upgrade and not have enough money for the time bomb mod either, which is quite sad, because that is a potent piece of gear. Also, our wrench is constantly on fire now. I'm sure that's a good idea. Now, if we gotta go fix the
Due to
plumbing,
what
we'll
can only
melt
be
the
described
fittings.
as miraculous luck, Ratchet has made it all the way to the Vindicator tournament. But before he earns the rank of Vindicator, he'll have to survive the Battle Dome's deadliest challenges yet, and then take on the Eviscerator.
All right, so
It's time for the weapon cycling round. This time,
yeah,
Juanita
weapon
and
cycling.
I will choose which
There
weapons
we go.
Ratchet
That's
can
a
use from
better
moment to
description than
moment.
anything I
Are you
can
ready, Juanita?
lie.
You folks at home can dial the number at the base of the screen now to vote for your favorite weapon. Here comes the audience choice weapon in 3, 2, 1. There it is.
You know, that actually seems like something that would be a fun wrinkle for this sort of thing if they had re-released this in the modern day for, like, stream integration. It just, like, runs a bot and people in your stream audience can vote on what weapon you're stuck with.
Let's see how he does with this. Try this one on for size, you filthy lombags.
Oh, sweet. We got a level on our Hunter Mine Launcher. That's pretty good. But now we've got the Arbiter to take these things out, which is just kind of creepy. Game, come on. Take a little pity on yourself. It's okay. I'm pretty sure that we end this with probably the dual Vipers to deal with a couple of big dudes. And yeah, none of the outers in Sailor Moon, none of the outer Senshi are like all that soft. They all have a little bit of, you know, a little bit edgier than the rest. Which is something that I appreciate on some level because, you know, hey, just it's not a bad thing. Probably gets people on the internets annoyed, but you know.
Oh, what's this? Team Darkstar must dodge a massive bomb drop from a fleet of dreadnoughts? What psychos thought this challenge up? What's that? Reactor and shell shock? I didn't even know they were friends. Say, did they use the carpool? I'm sorry? Oh, right, yes, let's go to the action!
Alright, so this is just like 2.5 minutes of dodging bombs. Alright. That's not too bad unless they start getting more intense, which they very well could.
Ratchet's got this match on ice, ladies and gentlemen. The juice is cold, and the generic Brand X gelatin is definitely jiggling.
You know, Dallas seems like the kind of guy who says ladies and germs a lot.
You know, I gotta get me one of those battle suits, Juanita.
I'm not quite sure what exactly it means when I say that, but just a thought I had, that's all. Ow, 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 ow. There's probably no health crates in this, are there? I'm just relying on enemies for munitions drops, too. Oh, damn. Alright, level 7 on the Obliterator. That's good. The less time I have to spend with this thing, the better, but I do kind of want to get all the weapons to level 10. I could totally just skip this if I was smarter about it. Because again, it's not like I'm going to go through challenge mode on this and get 100% stars or anything on this. Not unless somebody pays me a decent chunk, but, I feel like I'm not enough of anybody to be like, hey, yeah, I'll challenge for $20. I'll play this game that drives me up to something, but I digress. We had some pretty dense sets of encounters here. Aw, crud. These guys are just doing nasty, gross amounts of damage. Load me back in. Come on. That's right.
You sell the sizzle, and Ratchet is hot.
I'll watch that. Just remember that they turn red before things become a problem, so you can stay actually inside of them for a bit. Sheesh. All right. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure as far as anything to do with Crystal, really, so...
And that Lombax is terminating with extreme prejudice. It's a good thing we're out of range, Juanita.
We can't add anything there, but that may indeed be the case. Ooh, that guy got me downtown. And, like, a completely different camera angle, so... That's where the real problems came in, honestly. Dodge until time's out. There we go. Oh, well, that's neat, at least. I can say that that's...
Welcome to the matchup of a lifetime, Dreadzone fans. Our challenger, known for his exploits in organized crime, his dabbling in the occult, and his hatred of sunshine, puppies, and chocolate, here's Ratchet.
Ratchet doesn't even know what the
His
occult
opponent
is. Come
is a
on.
master of disembowelment and a fantastic chef. Ladies and gentlemen, the Eviscerator! Dallas, I predict this match is going to be very quick and very bloody. I almost feel sorry for little Ratchet.
She didn't mean that, folks.
He does close the gap pretty easily, but he's got long legs. And being that he's kind of a melee fighter, I say kind of, considering that laser beam, you would expect him to a little bit. Ah, that's embarrassing. That's even more embarrassing. Antimatter rifle should give us some damage out. Good variety. Oh, I get it, because that game that they play a lot. I remember when that got dropped from, like, I don't remember if it was Evo that dropped it, but definitely a big fighting game event. And people were absolutely fuming fucking mad that Melee got dropped from this. And it's just like, guys, I don't think that it has the kind of pull anymore for a lot of people that you think it does. You know, just a guess. But I'm not really someone who watches a lot of people play fighting games. I don't watch a lot of people play video games just kind of full stop, really. Oh, damn it, I walked into the missiles. It seemed earlier like they just were not having much impact on me, so I probably was just like, yeah, well, what if I just didn't care about these? Because this guy genuinely didn't seem to understand what accuracy was when it came to that. Just absolute spray and pray. Also, that that melee swing just really whizzed right past my head. I'm kind of surprised I didn't get hit there. Launcher. Okay, we did start hitting the limit there, so... good to know that that has a limit, actually. Yeah, there is that too, that running stuff that requires CRTs, and anyone is going to look at that and be like, yeah, we absolutely need a cathode ray tube, because flat panel displays are at least generally believed to have a little bit more delay in them. And so if you can play something on one of those, they're probably gonna want to, right? Okay, I thought Buddy Boy was just having a bit of an issue there. He was, but not the way that I thought it was happening. But yeah, I also kind of suspect that one other reason for any sort of like dropping legacy stuff from events is probably very likely in any case, this is not just like an exclusively Melee thing, to also at least partly be because, you know, sponsorships. Nintendo did kill that one tournament that was running on whatever the net play thing for Melee was that I forgot the name of.
Ratchet can take a licking, but he won't keep digging.
And I know why they did it. I'm not here to be like, hey, yeah, that necessarily was bad, although I'm not necessarily a great fan of it. Or like, I don't get it because, no, of course I understand why. But I think that might have scared some people off a little bit too.
Make way for our new Vindicator!
Hey, Al, I got here as soon as I could.
Silence! Can't you see I'm trying to concentrate?
What are you doing? Clank, are you sure this is safe?
It is an acceptable risk. Shh! I just need to close one more circuit.
Yeah, just upload that thing to
You're a genius! You did
a
it!
stack of
know.
stack of punch cards.
No!
Looks like somebody broke the rules. Put it back on. You're dead, Ace. That's good. I like that spirit. But save it for the arena.
I don't know about stolen code or anything like that in that
Ratchet.
case.
Ace Heartlight did this, and Gleeman Vox gave the order.
They made a mistake bringing us here, Clank. Now they're gonna
That
pay for it.
is, at the very least, a thing that was going on with Dolphin. Which, to be fair, putting Dolphin on Steam to begin with was a serious zero IQ move. That's like... you invited that upon yourself kind of thing. But, oh yeah, I forgot I should go check and see if we have bonus challenges to do here. Yeah, and then it came out that Dolphin was using stolen code, which I feel like they'd kind of earned at least a little bit of a vibe. Maybe it was just through how everything was written out. You know, that it kind of made it sound like they had been doing all that stuff themselves. And then it turns out, no, they weren't. So that kind of sucked.
Oh, this just in, folks. The Tower of Power has been totally re-engineered by our very own Dread Zone interns. And these guys are idiots. They have a hard time boiling water, let alone designing an arena challenge. Team Darkstar is in serious trouble.
Right. Nintendo was not going to allow the emulator to fly just by virtue of what it was. Because yeah, okay, we can say, hey, yeah, there's been court cases that say that it's acceptable to have emulation as long as it's your own code and whatnot. That it's downloading games that is the objectively not legal thing. But the law only matters so much when there are rich bullies who can just make you think that it's okay. Because, listen, are you going to be able to take Nintendo to fucking court? It's like Disney. They could just say they own whatever and you wouldn't be able to do anything. Parody laws? What the fuck are those? Anyway, I digress. Because, yeah, it should come as no surprise that I would not have an issue with Dolphin being on Steam from any real perspective. And on some level, I'm not really that opposed to them stealing code to make their emulator. Okay, you gotta do what you gotta do in order to make sure that this stuff works. And I'm pretty sure that most other emulator developers have been doing that for a while, of just taking code from existing hardware. Otherwise, you get Visual Boy Advance, which, yeah, sure, VBA ruled back in the 2000s, but nowadays, that's not your emulator of choice. It's more the fact that there was sort of the vibe of like they were doing everything on their own. Anyway, yeah, they absolutely put themselves over a barrel with the stolen code thing. And they kind of got what was coming to them there. That said, I'm not sure that I think that Nintendo would have been that interested in it regardless of if all the code was theirs or whatever anyway, just because Nintendo is Nintendo, and that means a little bit behind the times. Anyway, Nintendo isn't great in this situation, but they're never good, is kind of the point, because they are a corporation, and unfortunately, this whole thing is a huge mess. Because even saying, hey, yeah, fuck all corporations, does kind of end in some things that don't have necessarily the most concrete answers. If an artist wants to look at somebody making derivative works and say no, I think maybe there should be some permission for that, at least sometimes. You know, okay, I'm not going to be out here defending Anne Rice, but again, any of that stuff hurts the independents more than it hurts anybody who's affiliated with a large corporation, but I digress. Where am I? That was incredibly weird what happened, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, I forget what the Melee mod is, but, or what it was called. But yeah, that was a huge, what did you expect was going to happen kind of thing. That's like, there's this video from Wooly Versus where he says that anytime you got a good project, shut the fuck up. Because we've seen consistently that a lot of large corporations are not necessarily going to be down with the kind of things that you are. For a variety of reasons. And that was a time when they really needed to be a little bit more covert about it, and definitely if they were asking Nintendo for support, which I'm pretty sure they were, they really shouldn't have said anything. Honestly, the fact that you think that they would have supported Melee events to begin with is a little bit on the densest substance no demand kind of scale, but I digress. You know. Osmium-plated brain case. Anyway. Right. I'll be honest with you, I'm not 100% certain as to what Super Smash Land is. Is Super Smash Land just like more of like a raw platformer kind of thing than Smash Bros. Because that's kind of what it sounds like to me. Oh my god, yeah, that was a horrendous botch on that swing because we just didn't have the camera angle, which did kind of kill our ability to do it, and then we... Okay, Game Boy-based remake of Smash Brothers, which is what the other option was, I suppose. That's kind of cool, actually. Oh, rude game. Well, yeah, but a large part of that, I'm sure, is because, well, Game Boy. I've seen a couple of Game Boy fighters. I've played the Mortal Kombat games on the original Game Boy. Yeah, some of these jumps are pretty nasty. But also, just the reason why we ripped there is because I didn't have a good camera angle, rather, on the swing shot target. And that has a determination on your momentum. So I just lost my ability to really cross there easily. And so I fell way back down, and yeah. I haven't played KI on GBA. But yeah, the GBA having more buttons would make it a little better for fighting game ports. Unfortunately, yes, I am quite aware of the MK3 port for GBA. Oh no. Oh, that's the Sonic 1 GBA of Mortal Kombat's. It's hard to imagine that, like, we all kind of know about the existence of MK4 for the GBA, Game Boy Color, right? And that probably sounds like a really fucking terrible idea. It's hard to imagine that they could have done something worse than that. I don't remember a GBA version of MK4, but I remember that MK4 Gold for the Dreamcast, or is it just called Mortal Kombat Gold? Regardless, I remember that it is horrendously jank. Like, just as bad as it could possibly have been pulled off. Okay, yeah, then minor correction to what I said before.
Ouch! Our viewers could feel that one in Bogon, Juanita.
But yes, Deadly Alliance was also released on GBA, I believe, right? And that was just kind of different because, well, Deadly Alliance is a 3D fighting game. And on the GBA, yeah, that sounds like it works real good, right? Yeah, except the other thing. I seem to recall that existing, but I don't know if I've ever played it. I played a little bit of MK Deadly Alliance on PS2. I played significantly more of MK Deception on PS2. I felt like the story mode with Shujinko that kind of taught you how to play MK Deception pretty decently. I still haven't played Shaolin Monks. I have Shaolin Monks somewhere. So, fun fact, there was a box set release, and by box set release, I mean it was like a cardboard sleeve with copies of the 3 games in it, of Deception, Shaolin Monks, and Armageddon. And that's how I had those games. You know, it's a box set in the way those 4 albums for the price of 2 kind of releases are, of like those sort of mid-tier bands that have like 1 or 2 radio hits, but which they can't sell the records at full price. Or, you know, that was the case back in the 90s. And probably early 80s, late 80s too. Early 80s, yeah, okay. CDs came out in 1982. There's a...
I hope Ratchet has a will, because he's gonna need one soon.
No, CDs did come out in 1982. The very first CDs were available in Japan in 1982. I don't know when I want to say the first, like, really commercially available CD players were actually only barely out at the time. Like, for some reason I recall a commonly spread piece of information saying that CD players were first available in 1983. There we go. Which, yeah, okay, releasing CDs in 1982 makes a whole lot of sense then, right? Then again, Japan probably was a little bit ahead of the curve on most of us technology-wise there, because that stuff was developed in Japan anyway. It will not surprise you at all to hear that, hey, yeah, Japan helped develop a piece of important technology like that in the digital age. And just a lot of audio tech in Japan in general when it comes to storing. I tried to jump sideways anyway, game. That absolutely went horribly there. See, now we're getting to the Sonic Adventure 2 style rail stuff, but the other way around. Anyway, yeah, I don't 100% know where I was with any of the Mortal Kombat stuff, except that I think Deadly Alliance for GBA is the last of that sort of portable version of Mortal Kombat on devices that were significantly weaker than consoles. I don't know if there was anything for PSP, DS, or anything like that. Probably not. I think Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat X, yeah. Let's.
I can't look. Is he still alive?
Mortal Kombat 10, rather. I see a Roman numeral X, and I'm just immediately inclined to pronounce it as X. Yeah, I could start going the other way around and start calling Mega Man X Mega Man 10, which would just cause problems because there is a Mega Man 10. I wonder if that's why I started doing it, really. You guys seem like you're here early. Or is that a different group of jerks? Oh, my aim is gone in the toilet. I thought there was a ship that showed up over there. No, it's just that those dudes showed up way earlier than you people. Fuck. The ambush! I didn't think they'd be able to hit me because they were so low down. Also, yeah, by the way, for some reason, if you spin the camera real fast when you're on the on the rails, it makes you hop in place. I don't think it's like a significant jump. Just interesting that they do that, I guess. In terms of Mortal Kombat games with other versions that are significantly different, MK Armageddon for the Wii, I believe, had some oddness going on compared to the other versions of Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Did you just say balls? No, it's because it was weird gargling. That's all. This is really hard, so I gotta amuse myself somehow here. Level 8 on our big ol' rocket gun. That damage is getting significant.
Step out the door. That means die.
Where did you come from, dude? This damage is really piling up. Alright. Now, I gotta remember that we're gonna have these chuckleheads here. And see, that time the shots didn't break the plane here. Three. Ooh. Close. I screwed that up again. All right. Now, this part. I'm probably toast here because I keep screwing this up. Regardless of whether or not I have the controls fighting me.
I think Ratchet is slowing down a little.
Alright, sure. Great. Game, if you ask me to lower the difficulty on this, I'm going to be a little bit frustrated because that won't help here. I mean, it will, but also the obstacles do not change, just the amount they hurt you. So I'm still going to end up having to deal with the garbage camera and the jumps that are really just a little too tight in that area. I've already taken a bunch of hits from that fight down there. I'm not going to be getting another nano upgrade here, I don't think, just because they're so much EXP at this point. Oh, did I actually take damage from walking into the spikes that time? No, I think it was... I took 2 damage from that thing. Fuck you! And double fuck you. Okay, game. I'm upset at myself more than anything. But that was kind of bullshit. That was... yes, I love how in this game it just seems like every time I dodge badly, I get away with it. And yet every time I try to dodge well, Game is like, hey, yeah, how about no? Kind of hurts a little bit. The moral is never try. Wait. Probably B6 this dude here. This dude, these dudes, pardon me. Yeah, at a cost of a whole shot each. Because they spread out too much. Oh. Sorry, I was doing that because I didn't think I would be able to make it across there. You know, here's where we want... We're going to take these out, actually. We haven't used our mini turrets in a minute. And they're going to prove very helpful here. Just because having the covering fire is going to be very important. Nice. Alright, let's let this rotate one more time. Two.
Run, Ratchet, run!
Oops, we almost threw ourselves over the edge there. That would be really embarrassing. Oh god, I was worried that we didn't get on there properly. Oh, that was pretty slick. Now, you see, that's why I was so upset about dying to that thing, is because that's a really easy thing to deal with. In terms of the obstacles, that's kind of one of the simplest on this course.
Oh man, even I felt that one.
Fuck it. What is it? That acid attack? Oh, is it from that dude? Alright. I died to just this group of enemies, and that's all we've got to deal with. Okay, no, there's at least other things. Not a lot, it doesn't seem like, but still. Global Leviathan, alright, there we go. Alright, that was a train wreck of epic proportions, but we managed to beat it. And the corkscrew. What do you got for us, guys?
All right, folks, here's a Dread Zone favorite. Team Darkstar will have to shoot the grind rail calibration orbs in order to align the track. Oh, good luck.
Interesting. Did we hit everything? I think we did. I just gotta not screw up the rest of everything else here, you know? Okay, good. At least they seem to stick, so... Game's not being completely evil about that. Credits to the very few things it's due. Is that everything? Oh, we still got more enemies spawning in, so... I suspect we should be continuing to fight. Wait, no, the course looks complete.
Put that furry sucker out of his misery.
I know, this guy's been getting to be more of an asshole lately, this Dallas or whatever his name is. Something just like Texas itself. I don't know what it is, but... Oh. That was almost kind of disastrous. I was a little worried there for a second, not gonna lie. Okay, this seems like don't jump. Yeah. So far, that's what we're dealing with, is don't jump. There is one rail hop at the end here. Please let this be, like, short after this. Or even just end immediately, because I don't have much of the here. It all kind of got, demolished in short order, really. In a very few encounters.
Time, Juanita. Let's just pray we don't have any more wardrobe malfunctions.
No, not in this case, I'm not. Alright, not so bad, surprisingly. And that should finish us off. That we can buy the time bomb mod now, right? Yeah, we should have enough money for that. Yes. Now all we have to worry about is the other thing. Alright. Now the time bomb mod massively increases the amount of damage that we can do with our explosive weapons. However, they have to actually hit. So we're not putting that on the B6, but we are going to put it on the Hunter Launcher, and we are going to put it on the Arbiter. Because those are quite easy to hit with. Alright, we move on to planet Stygia now. Stygia.
Tonight on Vox, it's a very special episode of Dread Zone. Planet Stygia. It's a world ravaged by continual meteor storms. Why, if not for Stygia's powerful defense shield, the entire planet would be decimated in a matter of hours. But somebody dismantled the shield's power supply. Who would do such a horrible thing to the poor people of Stygia? I don't know, but it sure makes for good reality HV. Stay tuned for the hottest episode of Dread Zone yet. And if you live on Stygia, the last one.
That is really just a fucking monster. It's almost a little overplayed. How much of a shitbag he is, you know?
Planet Stygia, a beautiful world with pink sand beaches, friendly service, and giant meteor storms pummeling the surface. We're live from the Tempest Control Station thousands of feet above the ground, where powerful meteor shields protect the people below. But not today, because we've turned them off. Can Team Darkstar destroy the jamming devices and save Stygia? Only time will tell in this final round, as the fate of an entire planet rests in their hands.
Alright, let's go. Oh, we start on the Landstalker. Oh, that's fun. By that I mean...
Ratchet, you will have to use the Landstalker to
This
destroy
could
the
be
power
rough.
units on either side of the force field. You must hurry. The people of Stygia are in danger.
Well, provided that most things just kind of ignore us, and our guard bots soak some of the aggro, that helps a little bit.
Oh, I gotta tell you folks, this one's a long shot. But we've seen Team Darkstar pull through some tight spots before.
All the saucers. On the healing point for a moment. Well, at least they're kind enough to put a healing point, like, right at the, I guess, halfway mark, really, because we're right in front of a big objective. They're brooming the machine guns at us. Yeah, I see the big turret there. Anyway, you know what they say, cowardice is the better part of valor. We're going back for another heal. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Careful you don't walk off the edge, because I do remember that that is a thing you can do. It's kind of dumb that you can, but hey. Oh, nice. Stop bombing me from downtown like that. Am I gonna be able to escape? I'm not. Ugh. That's some density there. Eesh. Okay, that was weird. Because it gave me like an on-foot camera angle. I thought I was stuck in a loading screen for some reason. Even though that's not how the loading screens are in this game. Actually, can we hoof it? No, we can't. Disappointing. Alright, we should refill. At this point, I don't trust something horrible to not happen. Alright. Come on. I need better confirmation that I've actually made lock-ons. I've said this before, and I will probably continue to point it out every time it becomes relevant. Yeah. Heal me, I'm on a heal point. Come on, I know there's other enemies around, but God. Jerk move, game. Jerk move. If it's not a valid healing location, then don't mark it as such on my HUD. Fuck you. Yeah, see, I told you can fall off, by the way. Just in case you thought I was kidding, no, you can fall off. And that is pretty stupid, you are correct. Wow, bottomless pits are bad, who would have guessed, anyway. Refill. Neat, we got a skill point. Hooray, free money. Can that EMP actually work? There we go, that's good. Alright, so we need to go back and heal because we're at like 0 HP. We're at like negative 0 HP. That's not right. That's not right. I don't think we can crack this thing without hitting it with an EMP. Oh, never mind. We got it. That's good. That makes our lives significantly easier, actually. Which is great, because we need something to ease things here, because look at this. Look at all these guys we got to deal with. That's a lot of guys. Sheesh. Hooray! That was hard. Significantly harder than I remember this being, but that's okay. It's not Thursday, you nerd.
Oh, talk about bad luck.
Something, I
Team
don't know.
Darkstar has damaged the control tower. The shields are down. The shields are down. Was that too dramatic?
Thanks for setting it up like
Team
this.
Darkstar will have to turn on the shields manually. Too bad that's impossible. They'll need tech bots, supercomputers, and a big silver key. All right, I'm kidding about the key, but wouldn't that be great? It would be fun, wouldn't it?
I have a plan. If you can deactivate the lightning collectors, I can manually recalibrate them from here.
This guy's losing a tiny little bit. What day is it?
First one's taken care of.
Not wrong to ask. I am not wrong to ask.
Boss, if you miss the swing shot, you will face a painful, horrible death. No pressure, though.
Team Darkstar is enjoying a brief break in the action. Whoa, look at that. It's almost noon. Time for a Virgin Bloody Mary.
What are you doing?
This one's for you, sexy.
Just stay on your side of the pod.
Oh, geez. Really kind of gross. I know, that's a little extreme for a T-rated game. Teenagers don't know what sex is. That's what parents do to have children. That's not... Teenage boys just like movies. I think. Ouch. Nice shots are big explodey things. Yeah, exactly. Birds.
I have a plan.
FF14
If you can
minions.
deactivate the lightning collectors, I can
That's what they're
manually
interested
recalibrate
in.
them from here.
Boss, if you miss the swing shot, you will face a painful, horrible death. No pressure, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's a requirement for me to shoot down the ships, at least. Yeah, because they're not going to start firing back. Considering how annoying they are, good thing that it doesn't matter.
Three down, boss. We're almost there.
We got net. Regular rail. This shit. Ow. Okay, fine. I'm sorry I called it shit. It is.
That's it. The dishes are done, sir.
Yay.
Food can't slang.
Brought in the dishes, etc.
Poor Ratchet, he's got a hover ship with no place to go. After recalibrating the lightning collectors, the next step was to hack the control points on the shield's core. Bingo, bango, the shields are up. Too bad the station's core took a direct hit. Too bad the radiation's everywhere. Too bad I said bingo, bango. Who writes this junk?
Yeah, buddy, alright.
Sir, Merc and I will go. You brought us this far. We owe it to you.
We'll hack the core's control points. Just make sure you cover us with the hover ship.
If it's covered, sir. I don't want to go home in a trash bin.
Frankly, I'm amazed the little sucker is still alive. How about you, Juanita?
The Lombax does display an amazing ability to escape with his miserable hide intact, Dallas. So disappointing.
God, I hope there's a healing. Yeah, I see what the drop is. Not having a good time here. Everything hurts so much.
Security orbs activated, sir. Ready for your next order.
Excellent work, Team Darkstar.
You can't stop a leatherneck. We adapt and survive.
We done it.
Oh no! Dreadzone has launched an all-out assault on the shield generator. If Team Darkstar doesn't fend off the attack, the people of Stygia will be flattened like a pancake with syrup and butter and a little orange garnish. Oh no! Can I have breakfast for dinner, or is that just weird? Oh, right. Stygia, Team Darkstar, and Dreadzone bad guys. I'm on it.
Yeah, alright. Dude. Alright, so this is just kill all the enemies, but with no round counter. It's okay, those things are fake anyway. And no timer. None of that, just kill everything. Alright. Easy enough, I think. And of course, restock is necessary because. Mostly, yeah, not as small as I'd like for taking these things out, but on the other hand, there we go. There's the tinies. Those are still readily swept with the dual vipers. Not so much these big dudes, but you know. What hit me? Oh, it's probably the guy off camera. There we go. That's at least something. And again, I have no idea how deep into this I am.
Now pay attention this time.
Nice. Oh no, he's not dead. Never mind. That's nice. Oh, well, hey, I didn't even need to go pick up those healings. Oops. This way. Does this thing have a health meter, actually? The central column? Am I supposed to actually be defending it and I just can't see how much HP it has? That may be the case. Which, you know, if they're not telling me how much health it has, that's kind of rude. And by kind of rude, I mean kind of terrible design, but I digress. And that's all for this planet. All right, so we are going to head off to Meraxus. I don't remember a ton about this, except being stuck in one of the missions for a long time, and for one of the dread challenges being another of those score points with the Landstalker things that we kind of should hopefully all know by now are total jank. However, I think this one is less hard than the one that we had all that trouble with earlier in the game. I could be wrong. But we'll find out, won't we?
Today, our superstar contestant has his work cut out for him. His bots have been scattered throughout the prison under heavy guard. To escape, Ratchet will need to free each of the captives, then fight his way through an army of killer robots.
Bullshit.
Hurry, Ratchet. They've
We're solo for a bit
Find
here.
your combat bots in separate blocks of the prison. Make your way to Alpha Block to release your first bot.
When did they get the time to do that, I wonder? Nice. Magma Cannon is up to level 9. Only a little bit more, and then we are finished with it for a good long while.
Interesting fact, folks. Dread Zone started out with 2 guys fighting over a breakfast burrito, and the rest is history.
Wow, cool. I really care about the lore of this. Oh, sorry. I think I just kind of died there for a minute.
Simply won't give up.
You're gonna need my help.
Not bad. Ratchet has freed the first bot, and he's on his way to Beta Block.
Let's get it on.
All right.
We need to take down the shock field.
Disable
EMP, baby.
Disable the orb. Usually I prefer to just ponder the orb, but do what you got in a case like this. Nice. Don't know what that skill point was, but cool.
Ratchet must capture all 3 control nodes in the prison yard to unlock the portal to Beta Block.
Boss, you want to find the nodes, use your map.
Thanks, buddy. Alright, we're here in the Warthog or whatever it's called. I think it's actually called the Puma. But, like, who's gonna be mad at me if I call it the Warthog? Because, seriously, that's just... that's what type of vehicle it is. And at this point, Insomniac truly does not have ideas, so...
Ratchet comes out of the gate hard and fast, seizing the first node in record time. He's got 2 more to go.
Fuck you, game. At the very least, we're not dead without the Puma or the Warthog or whatever. But still, give me a chance, game. Ow! Yeah, never mind. They never give me a chance. 28 damage for a single hit from those fuckers. That is positively disgusting. I mean, I guess this is the hardest difficulty that's available to us right now, but still. Yes, there is a harder difficulty, but it's exclusive to challenge mode. And again, that's going to be a no-go, barring, like, you know, people paying me for it. It's because it is that frustrating, plus, you know, seeing this content again. That blow up in 2 hits? No, it didn't.
Just 1 node remaining, and Ratchet shows no signs of slowing down. This guy is a walking highlight reel.
Nice. Ow, fuck. It's interesting, by the way, that he seems to be back on our side after he was being a huge asshole on Dreadzone Station. Like, suddenly all of the Fox tier lies that they built up about us have disappeared. And yes, I do, again, understand that this game is actually more like parodying wrestling type of stuff, but still. The guy is literally named Gleeman Fox. He's literally... It's blatantly intended to be a parody of... You get it. It's not subtle. No matter how unsubtle you think it is even less subtle than that. Somehow. Oh god, turrets. Shit. That was incredibly unfortunate. However, we do get this thing back.
Seen the Diablo in the pale moonlight? I have, and it's fantastic!
You know what, we're getting out on foot. Oh, I don't have ammunition for all my shit. Well, that's going to make my ambitions here a little bit nastier, but let's go anyway. Oh, is that it? So much for these things having AoE damage. Jesus. They don't. Oh, that one's dead. Alright. Good. Good enough. Get that thing down if we can. Get it. Come on. Gotta be almost... There we go. Well, you can't possibly have too much more tank, right? It didn't. Like that. Excellent. On to the next phase.
The atmosphere is tense as Team Darkstar makes their way through Delta Block.
Wait a sec. Wasn't it... I thought it was Beta Block earlier. I don't know.
more blocks before they can open the gate to Delta Block.
That was a nasty noise I got there. I got that sort of sound. It's a little concerning. If my game had died, I'd have been very, very sad. Didn't expect.
This guy should have his own fitness machine, his own shoes, his own fat-burning barbecue. Ratchet's performance has been impressive. I don't believe we've ever had a contestant make it this far through the Miraxis prison.
And I sincerely hope it never happens again.
We need to take down that shock. The EMP should do the trick.
Boo earns. I didn't see what I got hit by, except that it was missiles. Was it from a ship? Is the ship still here, firing on us? That's gross, if so. Game, don't be gross. Come on. You know better than that. Or perhaps you don't, and that's the problem. In fact, I'm going to go with the game doesn't know better than that, and that's the problem. Because, yeah. That seems quite likely at this point, actually.
With extreme prejudice. It's a good thing we're out of range, Juanita. We are out of range, aren't we? They say war is hell, Juanita, but where does that leave Dreadzone, huh?
Let's take out the proper weapon first. Let's try thinning down some numbers here a little bit real quick. Mostly in the form of this thing.
His bots are down. He's gonna die.
God, don't have too much of an orgasm on television.
We need to take down that shock. The EMP
I got stun locked at the end. That was just terrible. Neat. Things at level 9.
Don't forget to order the Dreadzone home game.
Oh, come on! Will somebody just kill this little runt already? Oops, one of his bots just went down. Oh, too bad. It was the cute one, too.
Is there no health? Yeah, I think that I've sucked up all the health. Well, fuck's sakes. I think here needs to stop hurting so much. And not have range that long. Those things can't see me from that far away in the normal arena challenges. Bullshit. What? Hey! What? It decided now that it was gonna... It hasn't been able to hit that angle the whole time. Maybe it has. It's just been messing with me. Which, again, I wouldn't put it past the game to be like, hey, yeah, we're going to troll you for this much, because at this point, at least on a design level, this whole game is a fucking troll. We gotta heal.
Run, Ratchet, run! Whoa! This announcer is impressed.
Good, I'm glad I got shot as soon as that guy stood up. Alright. Enough complaining for at least 5 seconds. Let's try getting a little bit more work done with this. Oh, and now it's dodging. Alright, okay, cool. Cool and good. And my support's gone, and I jumped into the shot that killed me. Good. Great. Wasted that heal from the nanotech upgrade.
My trigger fingers get itchy.
This is a really rough positioning for everything. There's just no room for me to do anything useful. Wow, 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 wow. That was absolutely not my fault.
I need to blow something up.
That was completely the fault of my absolutely pissing useless mini turrets deciding not to target the things that might be an issue. I outright refuse to accept any responsibility for that. In fact, I want that death stricken from any in-game records that may exist. Which I don't think there are, but still. Principle of the thing. Or whatever.
If Ratchet was a tough cookie, what kind of cookie would he be? I'm gonna go with Snickerdoodle. Ratchet's got this match on ice, ladies and gentlemen. The juice is cold, and the generic brand X gelatin is definitely jiggling.
Or why is that thing not dead? Am I gonna miss it another 3 times before I can actually... Alright, useless spot. There we go, that's better.
We need to take down that shot. An EMP should do the trick.
Oh, I see. There's a sphere over there that we have to move. I haven't been able to think about that so far because I've been too busy getting completely and utterly fucked this entire time by the exact same choke point. Take that last. There we go. Grind cable. Hey. What the... What is going on here? And why? And how did anyone who programmed this game continue to have a career?
What do you think, Juanita? Does Ratchet have what it takes to make it through Delta Block and rescue that last combat bot?
The question is, could he do it with a King Amoeboid eating its way out of his underwear? I think we'd all like to find out.
You have problems? Just you have problems? Refill our ammunition.
Will the person driving a mint green Man Ray 5 please report to security? You're parked in my space.
Ratchet, I have spliced through communications. I will be short as...
Okay, so whatever Clank had to say, we don't get to hear it, but I'm pretty sure he was just gonna say, hey, yeah, stand on the thing. Yeah, don't worry, dude. We figured that part out.
One thing about Ratchet, you give him any lip and he'll feed you a lead sandwich. You better believe that, Juanita. Wow, he's freed the second bot.
Thank you, sir. I kiss you, but I don't have lips.
Anyway, yeah, great time to have the mini turrets.
Soldiers, commence fire!
Listen, I know that these turrets are gonna pop up eventually, because otherwise they wouldn't put them there. Get to it, game. Wait, there's one of them at least. Are these gonna be like sequentially one at a time or something? Oh god, I see the problem. It's missile turrets. And there's a laser back here. Alright, good. Good. Good, I mean, jeez, man. Good, I mean, wow, it's hard to overstate how much worse the missile turrets are than the laser turrets. Especially because, again, I've brought it up before, but you really have very limited invincibility frames in this game. They pretty much don't exist. Which, when you've got this many more attacks coming at you, I would say, than previous games, seems a little bit rude.
That was, without a doubt, one of the greatest performances in the history of Dreadzone.
Yeah, just fail until it succeeds, you know? Talked about that technique before. And that is the Miraxis campaign complete. Hooray! Unlocked the Liberator Tournament. We are very close to the end of the game. However,
Ratchet, you now rank high enough to compete in Battledome's Liberator Tournament. Most heroes never finish this one. Be careful.
still got these to go. All right, first of all, we race the Puma in a checkpoints map.
We're back with a grueling test of reflexes and nerve. Ratchet has two alternatives in this lethal desert race. He can drive through each checkpoint under the time limit, or he can end up splattered across this hellish wasteland like a carton of Lombax yogurt. Everybody's pee-pee because we're not breaking for commercial anytime soon.
And yeah, this is exactly the sort of thing you think, and yes, the Puma does handle pretty badly. But you kind of knew that.
That Puma, we're giving it away at bingo night.
Like, just none of the vehicles are really designed for this sort of thing whatsoever, but they make you do it so much. Like, there's, what, 5, 6 checkpoint ring challenges? Plastic Alan sending me the 9-person raid party. How are you? Oh, yeah, I asked you how you were doing earlier, and hopefully you haven't gotten worse. Here, let's do this one backwards.
Sometimes I think I should have taken that job on Annihilation Nation.
And by the viewers at home, I mean, well, we were still screwed anyway. Fearlex giving me all those boots, yep. That's about right.
You ever met the kind of people that come to these
hi alert sound like a minute late. What, is that from Streamlabs, which I'm pretty sure I'm not logged into anymore? It also didn't display a notification, so it's not on the Stream Elements overlay. That must be where it's coming from. I haven't used Streamlabs in a while, so that's just weird.
What I want to know is how Ratchet uses the bathroom in that suit.
Everything confuses me. Help. Help. Oh, whatever, you got a little bit of Cam Clark. That's significantly better than anyone that Insomniac wanted to give money to. That's going alright, by the way. Just to loop back around to that after all the confusion happened. We are not far from being done for the evening. We're just wrapping up the extra challenges here on this old planet called Miraxis. And in terms of remaining game content, there's one last tournament, one last planet and both of those have a couple of associated dread challenges, I believe. And then we have the end game location, which I think we all kind of know what it is, but I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it for all the people who are so concerned about spoilers for a Ratchet and Clank game, you know? But, yeah, so we should be through with this game next stream. I'll say that for anybody who's, like, invested in this and wants to see it through to the end. Wants to see me release from the despair that this game has given me. Oh, I ran out of time. Oops. See me release from the despair that this game has given me so that way I can be good and ready to get sucked into some despair for Shadow the Hedgehog, maybe? I don't know. Shadow the Hedgehog is still on my docket, I just haven't. For fuck's sakes. It is always the worst in any of these when you miss one of the checkpoints and you gotta go back for it. Just absolutely kills your time. Yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog will absolutely be a thing that happens. I'm not 100% sure of when.
Folks, just a reminder, tomorrow is Kick Your Best Friend in the Pants Day.
I'm pretty sure
Free
that
popcorn for
Shadow the
everyone
Hedgehog
who
works fine on
participates.
Dolphin, and I think my version is not whatever thing has like enhanced loading times, and by enhanced loading times I mean in the other direction of like it's much longer. Oh, okay. Thanks for the multi-hits game. You always wanted to play Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog is a game that looks very, well, very much of its time. Very, very odd on some level, too. But, I mean, Shadow himself is just kind of an odd duck, despite being a hedgehog. Shadow is just so much this artifact of the fact that Sonic was doing so much stuff in the 2000s. But they did eventually make Shadow into like a real and fairly decent character, and I can appreciate that. It's not just like, oh hey, here's Dark Sonic with no character growth whatsoever. Who's just like, hey, look at the 2000s era Edge. Shop at Hot Topic, everybody. No, Shadow the Hedgehog is a real character now.
If you're having a hard time or need a better workout, you can adjust the game's
Oh, buddy, that's not going to help here.
your game.
I am fairly unreasonably confident that we don't get more time just for, you know... And again, it won't fix the controls or anything. Can you imagine what an absolute jerk move it would be if, like, oh yeah, hey, you increase the difficulty, we're just going to make the controls worse. And that's it.
Remember, don't try any of this at home. Go to a friend's house.
Why? Fuck. So I gotta hit every single barrel because I can't corner any tighter than that. I drive about this well in, like, driving games where there are actually good controls. It's okay, JJ. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good evening. Belated birthday. Thank you very much. I almost said you too. That would be a little bit strange, but I guess maybe also not necessarily incorrect. You can be as far away as possible and it's still... It's never necessarily wrong because you've always had a birthday within a year of practicing, right? You'll take it. Yeah, there you go. See? What I don't see is how these controls can possibly be this bad. This almost makes me look forward to the other challenge, which, as I've noted before... Oh, if we press L3, we get a horn honk. That's what you do when someone has the honk if your horn is broken bumper sticker. fishtailing a little bit. Almost done. Ooh, I thought I was going to die there. And I would have been very mad. Alright, that was rough. Okay. One more. Spider on a wire. And the Landstalker. And probably have a bunch of things shooting on me that'll kill me.
We just can't get enough of this place. Get ready for a no-holds-barred Landstalker death duel. Don't forget, Ratchet will have to keep an eye out for bonus targets that can boost his score.
Having the bonuses on the radar would help a little bit, but I feel like I may have said that before. Probably when we were doing the other ones that was also like way worse than this probably is. Although this might be pretty bad, I don't know. I have played it not in a long time. Wow, that's some good wording. I haven't played it in a long time. There we go, that's better. I gotta wonder if something's really wrong with me, you know?
I wonder if the Landstalker's stick or auto.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna pause to scratch my nose real quick. Sorry, the schnoz itch. Streamer brain, yeah, there we go. I can do that. I got the beef brain, man. I should have put the beef shield on. Anywho, yeah, I haven't played this in a while. So this could actually be quite bad. I don't know where I am relative to the end. I know I'm doing okay score-wise, I guess. Like, we're 2/3 of the way there. And we're not getting completely mauled. My point is, I seem to recall this not being terrible. Although we're getting pretty close here. Oh, never mind. We got this. Yeah, this one ended up being completely free, which is kind of scary. Because if you saw a couple streams ago, when I had to do the second of these, that was an absolute nightmare. Meanwhile, this one's just like, yeah, you can just have it, bro. And I mean, okay then. Let's have some cutscenes.
Shell Shock, Reactor, and now Eviscerator. Cut down in their prime. Victims of that loathsome little Lombax. But just who is this Ratchet?
Our Vox News investigation has uncovered shocking, untold stories from his dark, sinister, evil past.
He smokes
the
a lot of
destruction
weed.
of civic property, illegal hoverbike gangs, inadequate dental hygiene.
Be strong.
I mean, all those
Maya,
at least are
because
theoretically
there is
legit.
one man that can put an end to this menace. Ace Hardlight.
Ace Hardlight fans, prepare yourselves. I'm gonna make this one messy. We'll see who the real hero is. When I'm through with that furry freak, nobody's even gonna remember who he was.
Thank you, Ace. The galaxy is rooting for you. We're all rooting for you.
Check out his space ahoge, by the way. I don't know if I pronounced that word correctly, but you know, it's the hair antenna from dumb people in animes. I said animes on purpose, by the way, don't worry. I haven't been completely dropped on my head. Alright, now that we're back, let's take a quick look for some upgrades and see if we got anything in note here. We're not buying ammunition, we're just gonna buy ourselves a new wrench. This one is also constantly on fire. We're gonna fall off the edge here. We're gonna go see if we got robot upgrades that we can buy. Oh yeah, just the one. But hey, we'll take it. And folks, let's go ahead and let's save. And we're going to be ready next time for probably the conclusion of this.